Man, listen, just because somebody uses a verse of scripture or they say something that seems spiritual or something that seems godly or godlike, just because they use phrases or like I said, scriptures in what they say, don't just start following them, or don't just start being their number one supporter, or get the pom-poms out and just start singing their praises like, oh, we need to support this guy or support this lady. Did you hear what she said? Did you hear the scripture they use, in their speech? Or did you hear what they said about Jesus? I mean, we have to discern the spirit and the motive behind why they're saying it. Acts 16, perfect example. There was a young girl, she was a fortune teller, and Paul and Silas were preaching the gospel, and the spirit within her was saying, these are the men that proclaim the way of salvation. She was saying the right thing, but after so many days, Paul got annoyed in his spirit and was like, man, that's a devil. That's a demon speaking through her. And he cast the devil out of her. So the motive behind that spirit saying what seemed like to be the right thing, was to divert the attention, and to be a distraction. There's another motive at work. And Paul, because he wasn't overzealous, he recognized that there was a spirit. Man, there's so many overzealous Christians out here, man, where somebody uses scripture in their speech, or they say something spiritual, or they say something, in Christianese, that's Christian language, or they use lingo, Christian lingo. You just automatically just start supporting them. Oh yeah, I'm voting for them. Oh man, I'm supporting this guy or this whatever. Did you hear the scripture they use? They use, this, or they said this about Jesus or that. What's their motive? Discern the spirit. We're in the last days, man, and I hate to say it, man, there's so many Christians that's just going to be deceived because they're overzealous and they just latch on to anything that sounds spiritual, or they hear a scripture and they lose their mind because somebody said a scripture. What is the spirit behind it? What's the motive of them saying it? I don't care if it's a preacher. I don't care if it's a politician, a rapper, whoever it is. We got to use discernment and stop being so overzealous and use wisdom. So I'm just saying, we're in the last days. There's going to be a lot of deception out here, and we need to spend a little less time on social media and get in the word and get on our face and fast and pray, so that we're spiritually discerning and exercising our spirit man towards godliness. All right. So let's stay on the man, and let's stop being so gullible. Be discerning.